Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Zach. This week, I want to try and tackle in one day the recreating the Reddit Live feature. Now on reddit.com, if you're not familiar, they offer a feature that is used rather sparingly, where volunteers can go and create what is known as a Reddit Live thread. And on a Reddit Live thread, they will post updates to real-time information to an ongoing event, typically a significant news event, such as the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. And people would post links and new information as it arrived. And I always found that rather helpful because you get to click the links and see the various sources and different information where it's coming from. So I always thought that was kind of interesting. But I also thought that, I think I could rebuild the entire functionality of Reddit Live in one day. Maybe, I don't know, using the Raytha platform. So we're going to see how far we can push Raytha out of the box to get as close as we can to Reddit Live. I know that at some point we're going to need to use SignalR and build that into Raytha so that we can get the real-time aspect. This way, any visitor is not hitting F5 and refreshing the page over and over and over again to get updates. They should just sit on the page and see an update when it happens. But I'm pretty confident we can do this. So let's get started. The first thing that we want to do is create the actual data model so that we can show these live updates to the visitor. We're going to repurpose the post content type, which comes default with Raytha. So we'll go ahead and we'll create some fields. Here are the fields that I think we're going to need. We have title, content, obviously. Also, Raytha is going to give us the point in time in which the post was created. We're also going to have a link to a tweet so that we can embed tweets that we want to link to. And then we can specify if this post is breaking news, maybe it's a dramatic change in the ongoing news cycle, as well as if maybe we need to update an existing post and post a correction saying that the information was wrong. This way, we can inform visitors if a post is no longer accurate with the information that was posted. Next up, we want to set the posts to be the default homepage. So we're going to go back to all posts. We're going to go to our published list view, and we're actually going to set this to the homepage. Now let's click Live Website, and we're going to see that by default, our posts are going to appear here when the person visits the site. Now, this is the default output, default template that we get with Raytha, but it doesn't look anything like what we want ours to look like because it's not catered to a live breaking news cycle. So let's go into the Raytha templates and start to write some liquid syntax. We're going to repurpose the content item list view that we've already set in our post content type. And I'm going to override this HTML with some liquid syntax that I wrote. And let's just see if it works, and then we'll come back and review. That is looking pretty good, but let's add a couple posts so that we can make sure that all the functionality is working. Okay, not all the functionality is working. We're running into a couple issues here. One is the tweet that I posted is not being embedded into the content, and the other is I specified that the information was incorrect and it's not crossing out any of the content or showing a badge. So let's go ahead and fix those. All right, this is looking a lot better. We have a tweet that's now embedded along with the breaking news badge, false report, and it's crossed out as well. What I'm hoping to achieve over here is the current number of visitors that are actively watching this page, but we'll have to hook that up to SignalR later. Currently, it's not functioning. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this top nav bar as well. Okay, we didn't need any of that account functionality, so we're looking at a new nav bar, and we also have a static Raytha page that could be helpful in a situation like this where you just want to put links and other relevant information about the ongoing event on a static page and keep the home page dedicated to the actual posts that are happening in real time. I'm quite happy how this live thread has turned out in terms of looks and functionality. However, at this point, we've really pushed Raytha as far as we can out of the box. And in order to get this page to update automatically based on new information that gets posted into the Raytha backend, we're going to need to load up C# and write some code. All right. At this point, I've asked ChatGPT to give me some boilerplate code to hook Raytha up to SignalR. It was actually quite easy to do. And the only meaningful work we need to add to the Raytha backend is to create a directory under content items here under the Raytha.application project and add some event handlers so that when a content is created or when content is updated, fire off an event and hook it into SignalR so that the event can propagate to the visitors on the website. We're just going to take a quick look at this. It's super simple. So handle an event notification on the content item created event and grab the ID of the item, the time it was created, and the actual fields for that content item, and then send it to all the clients with a notification of new live update. When an item is updated, it's the same code, except we're going to just say replace live update, and we'll be able to handle it accordingly. The SignalR hub is also pretty simple. It has code for pushing out an update when visitors connect to the SignalR hub. This way we can keep that functionality where we want to update users with how many people are currently on the site looking at the actual updates in real time. We can update that for all users. Other than that, we have one final step, which is to write the JavaScript to respond to these triggered events from our application. We're back in our base layout, and we need to add some JavaScript to hook into SignalR, and Microsoft offers a CDN, which we're just going to conveniently use and put this into the header of the layout. Next, we're going to go back to the content item list view that we've been working on, and we're going to have to add that JavaScript code that responds to the triggers from SignalR. So I'm going to copy and paste that down below. Let's walk through all this code together so we're all on the same page. What we're looking at is liquid syntax. So we're looping through all the items and we're outputting the date according to our current organization's time zone. If it's a breaking news event, based on whether we check the box or not, we're going to output a badge. Same thing for the false report. We have our title. We have the content, if there is content, and the item is, if the item is actually marked as a false report, we're going to output a DEL HTML element, which is going to cross everything out. Otherwise, just output the content as normal. And then here is if a link to a tweet was posted as part of that content item, then we're going to embed that tweet. Further down, we have some pagination to go back to previous pages. And then over here is our little HTML element for showing how many are currently viewing the page. And here we have our script code for updating the actual page that we're on with JavaScript when it responds to the various events from SignalR. And there's three key events here. The first event is update page views. So at this point, we're notified that we should update the number of viewers on the page, and we're just using some JavaScript to hook into that section of the page and update the number. We also have new live update. This is when a new post is made. We're assembling a little template here, which is just a template of the code as shown above, and then we're appending it to the top of the page because it's a brand new update. And then finally, we want to replace an existing HTML element if a current post, a post that was already made, has new information or has changed in any way. So we're replacing the HTML with the new info that we received. So let's publish it and see if it works. Right off the bat, I'm happy to see that it's already updating with one visitor currently on the page. Let's open this up in another view. And now we have 2 visitors, 3 visitors, 4 visitors. So we're looking pretty good there. And then if we actually close out of the tabs, it reduces the number too. So I'm happy with that functionality. Let's test everything out and make a new post. I'm going to do this here on the right side in the admin panel, and we will observe on the left side the live website and hopefully see the change happen in real time. So let's create a new post. We'll call this live update 4. Put some more Ipsum content in there. Say it's breaking news, save and publish, and boom, this happened instantly. So we're good on that. Let's change the information a little bit. I'm just going to remove breaking news, say the information was wrong, click save and publish, and that also updated in real time. And let's just for good measure add one more with a tweet. Let's go ahead and put some more Ipsum content in there and grab a link to a tweet. Save and publish, and we are good. So that does it for today. We were able to use the Raytha platform, a completely open source .NET based content management system, to get us about 90% of the way towards building a Reddit live feature. And then we just need to tie it all together with a little bit of .NET code using SignalR to make sure we get that real-time feel as new posts are created and existing posts are updated. So I hope you found that helpful. Check out Raytha at raytha.com. It's available on GitHub. And if you really liked what you saw today, don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.